There they are.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Lathe.
Hi, guys.
Lathe. So, I was trying to help you out a little bit, but this one's a little bit of a troublemaker. Would you like to say anything to him?
I'd love to. I just heard a torrent of about 10 minutes of just being told that I choked. No regard for the weather. There was a glare in my eyes at the time. And quite frankly, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But it's okay. We'll move onwards.
Fair enough. Red Hawk, welcome. First time on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty excited to be casting with this guy right here. I was rooting for him last time. Actually, let me scratch that. I wasn't rooting for him last time. Good job, Traxium. Yeah. So I'm happy to be here with him. And with you guys as well, and with everyone watching. So hi, everyone.
Now, you guys, I guess, let me look at my sheet over here. We've talked about today, kind of. We presented our casters. We should talk a bit about our first duel. Should we not?
Yes.
Now, our first duel is JibblyJam versus Aldrahill. Let's see what we got exactly. They are going to be playing Big Blue Blob. Of course, they have 0 wins, 0 losses at the moment. Let's see if we have a screen that actually explains what Big Blue Blob is. We do.
There we go.
As France, have as many core provinces as possible within 60 minutes. Now, fans of last season know that we played for 90 minutes. We've lowered it down to 60 because we actually had a conversation about this on the subway.
I think it's going to be really fun to have them go at 60. Yeah. I think it's for 60 minutes. I think, especially with them having done the 60 minutes in the final, it keeps things a little nerve-wracking as Lathe can.
I'm gonna based on my run-up show, I'm gonna see if we can bring our casters back to get their reaction to this. I know that that's not necessarily according to the run-up show. Thank you so much, production. You're great people, and I should have organized it. Lathe, Red Hawk, what do you think of this challenge? What can we expect our players to see?
I'm excited. I'm expecting a lot of chaos, which I think both Red Hawk and I always appreciate. I'd be interested to see if they go for the usual Big Blue Blob strat, which is to go through Europe. But this way, they're not limited to anywhere. So they could go, for example, North Africa or West Africa. Red Hawk, would you go Europe or North Africa? What are you thinking?
Definitely with the fact that we don't have to stay in Europe, I'd probably expand myself in the Maghreb, maybe no CB, some Caucasian minor nations, maybe go into Novgorod. As I can see it, the possibilities are endless with us not being limited in Europe.
Interesting.
Super interesting.
Let's go have a look quickly at the second duel of today, which, of course, is a Flurry Worry versus a Traxium. I'm going to say it, 2 heavyweights.
Definitely heavyweights. I'm super excited for this.
They are playing, air quotes, this is fine. Maximize your overextension. The player with the highest overextension at the end of the time limit wins. Now, there's a big caveat here, based on what Count Christo, who's designed these challenges, has told me, is that some of these challenges, right, we have to, it's get the biggest or whatever within the time limit. This is specifically maximize your overextension at the time limit. It doesn't matter if you've had a higher overextension 50 minutes into the game. We're going to pause at 60 minutes, and whoever has the highest overextension at that point is the winner.
Yeah, this is going to be really fun. I mean, even in my own games, I think I've hit one time where I was actually warned about my overextension. So this is going to be fun to see how far exactly they can actually push it.
Let's see, who do we have with us? Are we back with our casters? We are.
Yes, we are.
Quick opinion on this one before we go to our players of the first duel.
I think it's going to be an interesting one because obviously they could pick any nation. I think it's also about reducing your own size of your nation right at the end, because what you can do, and Traxium, Florio, if you're listening, I would take notes. What you can do is you can, for example, release a bunch of vassals at the end whilst having tons of overextension, and as far as I'm aware, that should increase your overextension. And Red Hook, am I correct there, or am I just lying?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with a strategy like that. I mean, personally, what I would do is just fight a bunch of nations, not piece them out right before the end, piece all of them out, so at max overextension. That's the strategy you would expect people to go with, but let's see if people will pull something different and maybe we'll get something else.
Thank you so much. We'll, of course, get more of your insight after we've heard what the players has to say. But hopefully we have the players of the first duel
We do.
standing by.
Yes. Hello, JibblyJam.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you guys?
Welcome. We're great. So, Jibbly, you've been a caster with us so far, and now you are a player for EU4. So, how are you feeling? How does it feel to be on the player side of things?
It feels awesome. I'm actually really excited. When I saw the first season of Masters Universalis, I was like, that is awesome. So I'm really glad to be here.
Aldrahill, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First time here. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready. I've done a Masters Universalis before a while ago and got resoundingly beaten by Flory.
I watched that just a couple weeks ago, actually.
I'm sure it's all about preparation and spending those 24 hours from when the challenge has been posted until now to just grind. Please don't do that.
No sleep, just grind.
Exactly. Just who needs sleep when you could be on Masters Universalis?
Now,
It's crazy.
Of course,
Exactly.
you don't have to tell us the truth here, but JibblyJam, what is your strategy going into this one?
I'm gonna let RNG sort of guide me. I'm gonna just look at what alliance chains and rivals and blocks are gonna make it possible for me to look at a nation and go, "It's for me."
Mm-hmm. And Aldrahill?
Yeah, I'm going to play it relatively safe. I'm going to try and fight it no more maybe 3 fronts at a time, but we'll see how aggressive I can be.
And do either of you want to give us a number? What are you aiming for?
Oh, God.
I mean,
More
the
than
smart
Jibbly.
move here is to not give us a number.
I was
The
going
bold
to say.
move is to give us a really big number and then fail.
Or just straight out
Aldrahill
lie
plus
Yeah.
1.
Aldrahill plus 1. That's the safe one.
Same.
All right, we're going to let you guys go get set up, and good luck. We will talk to you soon.
Okay, we front-loaded a lot of information there. If you missed any of it, there are triggers in Twitch chat that you can type out and you should get some more information. And of course, always join our Discord. You can see it below us there, discord.gg/speed5. Excited?
I am very excited. I can't wait to see how this is. I'm excited we have some new players, and we have new casters and new challenges, and this is going to be a super exciting evening. So, with that being said, I believe we are ready to go to our casters, I hope.
Yes.
Right.
Hello.
It's just us now. They can't control us anymore, man.
All right.
How
That's it. Let's
confident
get
are
this
you
party started.
that they're going to be able to sort of go into the
How
McGrib there?
confident? I think it's gonna be pretty easy, man. Just declare on England right at the start, nab Ceuta from Portugal, boom, then you can expand it to Morocco and to Tlemcen. The start should be pretty easy here. I'm wondering if aggressive expansion with the HRE is gonna bog them down. You know, that's my main concern for this game. Expanding in other regions should be pretty simple for these guys.
All right, in which case, do you want to take a friendly bet? How about that? Well, $50 for
bet,
charity,
alright.
your choice. If you're able to pick the
Alright.
winner right now.
All right, listen, I'm observing Aldrahill right here in my game, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with him, man, just because I'm
All right.
watching him, you know.
Let's see how it goes. In which case, should we
I'll
go
take a
over to
bet.
their screens and we'll get going?
Yeah, let's jump right in and let's get this started.
Right. So you think that the McGregor? I don't know. I think Northern Europe's better, personally.
I don't know, man. Probably Scotland, Ireland, maybe jump around Norway, go to Novgorod, something like that. Yeah, but I think the Maghreb is prime real estate for expansion right here. Yep.
I don't know. I'm always biased towards Tunis anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, it's nicer being this side of things. It's a lot more relaxed.
Yeah. I mean, no pressure, right? I don't got to do anything. Of course, if I played, I'd win. We all know this, but listen,
Of course.
I got to give a shot to some other guys.
I'm seeing some opening moves here. We've got an alliance going with Castile.
All right.
I think that's always standard. What about on your end? What are you seeing?
Yep, same
anything
alliance with
early?
Castile, rivaling England and Aragon right here in my game.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to see
What's
what
the
they do in
estate setup like?
Right now we've got religious state, religious diplomats. Obviously, they already start with French strong duchies. Looks like. Oh, hang on. We've got oversight by the clergy. It looks like not a consideration for Crown Land, which is probably the smart play.
Yeah, expected, honestly. Any disloyal vassals yet?
Do you think there'd be disloyal vassals this early?
Could be.
How would you even do that?
You never know. Listen.
Orleans starts on 44%, to be fair.
I've done it.
To be fair, your specialty is to sort of no CB.
Yeah, well,
That's your thing.
I mean, you can't have it all.
Oh, man. Yeah,
No,
people
no
are already
wars
saying
just
that
yet.
I've set myself up to take an L because of this bet.
I mean, that wouldn't be unusual, right?
Hey, dude, I already spent 10 minutes getting roasted by the hosts. Why is everyone against
You're
me?
gonna get roasted by the casters as well, so.
It's just
That's what's
you.
up.
Right. We've got 2 cogs being built. Do you think that they'll go and try and take some of England? Oh, unpause on my end. And we go straight to speed 4, not quite speed 5.
I'm paused on my end as well. Surprising.
I've unpaused. Unpause. I'm straight ahead.
I see.
Looks
Well,
like
we still got a nice
she's-
setup going here in my end.
She looks like she's heading south. Looks like potentially.
We have a war
Aragon?
started on my end. If we can flip to
All right.
my POV right here on Aldrahill, we can immediately see that he has actually declared war on England. Boom, there we go. You guys should be seeing that right about now. And this is the war right here. Now, I'd have my diplomat mode right here, but I don't because this isn't... yeah, there we go. So, France is fighting England and Portugal. And yeah, just them, it seems like. So the initial opening strategy might be here to take Ceuta after all. We'll see what happens. We got the French army
think
sieging
we're
down Maine right here.
still
No
on
armies
my
rushing
screen.
down south yet.
I think we still need to switch over
There we
to the other one, to the other screen.
Oh, I thought it switched already. Oh, there we go. There's my screen. So we can see right here, France is sieging down Maine. There we got the Southern Army about to siege Labour right here. I'm assuming after this, they'll go down to Portugal. It should be pretty easy for France to cross right here. Portugal doesn't usually put their ships in the Strait of Gibraltar, as far as my experience goes. So yeah, he should have no problem getting down to Ceuta.
You're
What do you
really
think? Will it take
confident
Ceuta
that that's
or-
the plan. I really think that Scandinavia into like the standard Big Blue Blob into Russia's the better play here.
You think that's the easier strat?
Yeah, and that's not just because you think it's not. Also, I like how you've got like the full announcer voice going, dude. I'm just talking. You've got the full on like, all right, now they're going. you took the call to action real serious.
Yeah, of course. Listen, when don't I take things serious? At least when it
That's
comes
very
to
true.
U4, you know? That's what's
If
up.
we switch over to my screen, we have something very interesting going on here. Remember when you said about the Caucasus? We have
I
a
do
speed
remember.
3
Oh.
war against Imereti.
Imereti, huh? No CB? Do they have allies?
No CB.
Probably not.
No CB, no allies, and it looks like
I
the
like
troops
that.
are landing in
I
Circassia
like that.
first.
That's a very good start by JibblyJam. I like that.
I like it. I like it when they've got different strategies because otherwise you're just sort of
Yep,
chasing like
definitely,
neck and neck. This way we get
definitely,
to
yeah.
to the end. What sort of a number do you think is realistic then?
Realistic numbers,
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting around in an hour, depending on if they play on speed 5, which they should, by the way. I'm expecting around 80 provinces, 80-ish.
80. Is that how many
Yeah.
you get? You're banking 80.
Yeah,
All right.
that's how much I'd get. What
Wait,
are you
I've
trying
just
to say?
realized. I think someone in chat pointed this out. I lose either way with this bet because if I
what?
lose the bet, then I have to pay $50. If I win the bet, then charity doesn't
Yep.
get $50.
Oh,
So
well, that's another
yeah,
L
no.
right there, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Clap it up for late, everyone. Let me see some claps in the chat.
no pressure. Oh, here we go. We've got surrender of Maine has occurred.
All right, what's JibblyJam gonna do?
She has decided to fight it. I think it's probably a better idea to declare war herself against
But-
the English, potentially. What do
Now,
you think?
Laith, listen, you as a very bad U4 player, I assume you don't know this, but France, it's actually a reconquest war for France and a restoration of Union war for England. So it doesn't matter who the...
Oh! All right, in which
Yeah.
case I've been shown to be a fool, and you've decided to do that in front of hundreds of
always,
people.
as
Mate.
always.
You could have just DM'd me, but sure. Hey, Flurry's in chat.
Listen.
Hello, man. Preparing for your duel later? I can't believe
Shout out
it's
to
done.
Fleur.
Oh! Let's have a look. The English are actually landing in Castile. And then they swiftly change their mind and going back on the boats, which probably is a smart decision over
Listen, 2 wars should be easy for JibblyJam. I'm not doubting anything there.
I mean, she is sort of chilling at speed 4. I feel like speed 5 is the option here.
Listen,
but then again,
Aldrahill's
I've made
on
several
speed 3,
mistakes.
so-
Speed 3. We've got speed 3 versus speed
Yeah.
4 in the speed 5 official channel.
Listen, as an only speed 5 player, I never play speed 4. This is very confusing to me, it's I didn't know people played like this, but I guess, even as a person who knows everything, it's nice to learn something new.
What's going on your end then? What is it still the same war?
Yeah, if we flip
England?
on my POV right here, we have a huge battle coming up in Auvergne. Boom, 40k French troops versus about 12k Englishmen. And boom, there we go. They just got beaten up right there. They're retreating to Bourbon. Are they going to follow them? Where are they going to go to? I'm predicting they're going to Calais right here. So let's see if that actually happens. This is the war map mode. Still only Portugal and England. Portugal hasn't been knocked down. The board hasn't been sieged down. And France is still tracking that army right there. I'm staying in France's POV, by the way. Oop, there it is. I was right. As always, they were in Calais. Are they about to get wiped? Let's see right here. Yes, they did. That's what's up, Aldrahill. That's what's up.
All right, Aldrahill seems
that's
to be
how it
playing. You
works
can actually
in
see
my mind,
Aldrahill on the right-hand side of your screen there.
Yep,
he seems
yep.
incredibly
Nice mustache,
focused.
man.
Magnificent.
Nice mustache.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Wish I could grow one.
Well, you need some tips.
In fact, I want to see what chat thinks. If we are able to get a prediction going, that'd be excellent. If not, we'll do it the manual way. Lads, I want you to type 1 if you think Aldrahill is going to take this one. Type 2 if you think JibblyJam is going to be the victor today. I want to see if people back my bet or not. I guess your bet.
In Aldrahill's war right here, England is already on medium. They're about to get pretty sad pretty soon, I think. And if France doesn't land in England right here, man, they can still get a pretty high war score. This is for Maine right here. They should be able to get around 60% war score. Of course, what I would do in this war, take Ceuta, but most importantly, take Dublin right here so he can expand into Ireland and into Scotland as well.
Right,
And
well, if
that's
we
pretty
flip
much what's
over
going on in
to
my-
my side of things, we've got an interesting development. Imereti has been vassalized by France and a war against Georgia.
Excellent.
Looks like to retake the cause. I think that's a really solid strat. Obviously, Imereti starting with, if I believe, cause.
Imereti doesn't have cores on
do.
the other guys. Georgia does. Georgia does.
Claims though. Georgia has the other way around.
Yep.
They've taken for a claim. There we go. And yeah, definitely going to
Nice
be a
route of
corpus
expansion.
strat over here. It looks like chat. It's very split. And
Yeah, that's what I'm
says, "Come on,
seeing.
Ghibli, you got this Europa that Universalis," which I don't like that. I don't like that phrase, man.
Listen,
In the meantime, oh, England looks to be. Yep, she has spotted it. Let's have a look. She's going to go and try and stack wipe them in Quercy or Quercy or however you pronounce that. I'm not French, thankfully.
what do you mean you're not?
I'm half Tunisian, man. Come on.
Oh,
That is
right,
to
right. I forgot.
Oh, man,
Listen,
but it looks
my
like
POV
English
right
are
here,
on low.
If we, if we swap over to Aldrahill's POV right here, he's been losing some forts actually, and he looks to be on the back foot maybe. They've
Really?
lost the fort of Lyon and this one province down here. I'm not going to try and say, but he has gotten the board and is moving down to Ceuta.
So what's the war score at right now? If we flip over
Right now
to
he's at 10%.
his point of view.
Yeah, right now
We're
it's
going to
at
flip
10.
over to the other point of view just as Ghibli has pieced out for all of the cores. Has not taken Calais though, or any mainland provinces.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nothing?
just well, no, she's taken not like mainland Britain. Oh, hang on, Pale's been taken. I was incorrect once more.
Excellent.
Pale has been taken. See, that's
Well,
what I would have
Aldrahill.
done. I would take that. Yeah. What's going on with Aldrahill?
Aldrahill, meanwhile, sieging down Ceuta, but he is still trying to recover some forts over in mainland France, doing a battle right here versus Portugal in Cayenne, as we can see. But we do have a pretty big English stack going towards Paris. So as soon as he gets Ceuta, as soon as he gets Evora, he should peace out Portugal for Ceuta, in my opinion. And then he should just sit on England, while maybe also trying to no-CB some Caucasian nation.
All right, so we're gonna have to try and keep a count of this. I've realized, man. They're definitely gonna rely on us for that. So it looks like 7 for JibblyJam. 1, 2, 3, like 7 plus, obviously mainland. But I don't think we're counting Like 7
Oh,
plus
you
the
can
original
just
starting
go
clause.
into economy and hover on the dev. Yeah.
Go into economy, as in like in the ledger.
Yeah. The economy tab. No, not in the ledger. In the,
the economy
on the
tab.
flag, man. Yeah. And
There you go,
look
economy
at the
tab.
dev below the inflation. See that? 20
Hey,
provinces,
look,
20
look at
non-overseas
you.
stores.
This is why you make guides, and I stopped them like a week ago.
Nope.
A week about what a
New
year
Byzantium
ago,
guide
actually,
soon. Trust.
All right, let's have a look. Oh, there is a prediction up and running. It looks like Ghibli's winning handily right now. Make sure to place your channel points and predict. I'm also going to be predicting for Ghibli, so then I don't have to give money to charity.
Listen, I'm loaded on channel points, bro.
How many you got?
Like more than 12 for sure.
More than 12. That's loaded. People are spamming
Meanwhile,
latest
England's
Blob,
about
and
to
I
get
enjoy that.
stack wiped in Bordeaux, and Portugal is probably about to get stack wiped in Laborde as well. There we go. There's that battle right here. You know, Portugal's doing pretty good for 4K troops, but they left. Ceuta's falling pretty slowly, man. Minus 28. Of course, we are at speed 3 still here in my case, but yeah,
Not speed
should be
5.
getting it up pretty soon.
Is what's the naval situation? Could he be
Naval
little bit of
situation is not looking too good, man. Aldrahill's not building any navies. I'd be spamming galleys and transports at this point just so we can move to Ireland, but yeah, seems pretty standard. And he's just received a white peace offer from Portugal, which he shouldn't take, and he didn't.
No. Wonderful. Well,
can hop
if we
over
change
back
over
to-
to
Yep.
yeah, we can change over to mine because there's 100% war in Georgia completed. We're going to see what the peace deal comes out of that. But she's got about 28,000 troops in the east, and there we go. They've been taken. So that's another 3 provinces over there. So really a blinding start on this side of things. And a war against Brittany as well. Is that for anything particular? Just Nantes? Can I check the diplomatic map mode? Yep, full claims over there. But Gelre is sieging down the capital. And, well, Chartres and... Is that Munster? Yep, Munster is sieging down Paris.
Are you okay? What did you say?
Gelre? What do you mean? What's wrong with that? Munster sieging down Paris and Gelre sieging down Chartres. What's wrong with
That
that?
is Dutch pronunciation, bro.
How would you pronounce it?
Pronounce what? Gelre?
Yeah,
Get
what
some
is
tip
it?
From Flory, bro.
Yeah, Flora, if you're in chat, how do you...
You think it's Hellray? Listen, I know
Gelre.
Gouda, but
All right. Well, moving on.
Groningen.
I'm not Dutch, man. I can pronounce Arabic provinces. But there's a war in Circassia being declared. Really, I'm very impressed that the two-front has been managed here.
Pretty aggressive in
Stack wipe on the
Circassia,
Circassian. Yeah, very aggressive. So we've got, let's see 20 unrest in these provinces though. That's gonna be painful. I think honestly the hard part of this is gonna be trying to maintain things. Because it only takes 5 years, obviously, to lose the province once it's fully occupied. Provided that you can afford that sort of stuff.
Sure. I'm surprised to see JibblyJam expanding so aggressively in the Caucasus and not opening up other fronts. Although I guess she did get Dublin, but
The armies of Gelre, as you say, have taken Paris, and they've sacked it as well. So that's fun.
meanwhile, over in my
35%
game,
devastation.
in my game, Sweden has joined on England's side, but they just got pieced out. So Sweden is independent, they're huge, and they're allied to England. That could cause some problems for Aldrahill later on when he wants to fight England. And he has also taken Dublin as well, as we can see right here. Did he take Ceuta? He did. All right, that's a good opening in my book. Right now, he's at, let's see right here, 29 provinces. Excellent.
Someone's asked they have to have full cores. No, territorial cores do count, and Gelre can't stop winning. Exactly. That's the benefit of Gelre.
Gelre is
As
the
I'm
new
gonna pronounce
strongest
it now.
nation, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, but chat, yeah. I mean, I'm sure lots of the guys in the chat know, but not sure if you know. With
Right, should we
ideas such as naval maintenance
on.
-10, how can they not be?
I hate how serious your voice sounds when you say things like that, man. I really can't tell if you're joking.
Listen, that's
I was about to come with
believable.
some heat. That's just lying.
That's
Right.
how
Should we switch over to my point of view, as Auvergne is subject to more Munster terror, but they've been stack wiped. It looks like JibblyJam is trying to manage the two fronts, playing on speed 3. The Circassian War, the stuff in the east is going wonderfully. Could not ask for a better start over there. Things have slowed down.
What are the two wars in your game right now? One is with
we've got
Circassia. Who's the other one?
Brittany.
Brittany.
So
Area. I see.
One more siege left, and it looks like characters are being built at the same time. Honestly, this is really quite skilled gameplay. I really, well, obviously we would do better, of course, 100%.
Yeah, of course. Listen, by this point, I'd have all of the HRE.
Yeah, no way, of course. Do you think they should force the Burgundian inheritance?
See, that's what I was going to talk about earlier, man, because if you get Burgundy and if you're lucky enough to get the horse event, that's like a bunch of provinces. When you declare on Provence, you can feed Burgundy too. Now, in my game right here, Burgundy isn't rival to France, but they are rival to Austria. So Aldrahill, he just allied Burgundy, actually. And, I think in my game, he's going for it, man. Charles is alive, no heir on the throne. What's the situation with France and Burgundy like in your game? Are they rivals?
It looks like rivals, absolutely rivaled. In fact, Burgundy has attacked Provence, but Ghibli has gotten rid of that alliance. So she doesn't have to deal with that, which I think is the best play. I'm finding it, like, I'm really trying to fault gameplay here. I'm like, to make myself feel better about my own. Oh, that's gonna suck. Over here, it looks like Circassia, the actual province of Circassia, has been taken by Crimea. Very unfortunate indeed, which means that these other two provinces in the east, not the war goal, I don't believe, but it's split off. So Circassia's been split into two.
Yeah, I just vassalized Circassia in that case.
It looks like she's gone to take the province, and she has not vassalized.
Just take the province,
presumably for issues with aggressive expansion. What's the advisor sort of status on your end? We've got a +1 over here. Should we switch over to the other point of view? Let's see what Aldridge's getting up to.
Yeah, let's flip to mine over here. We can take a look at the advisors as soon as we switch right here. And there we go. I got the advisors open right here, so we can see he's got stab cost -10%, trade efficiency, and land maintenance, all level 1 advisors. Right now we are losing money. That's not a problem with France, honestly. Strangely enough, he hasn't given the Diplo points privilege, and now we have another war going on. In my case, France just declared on this Irish nation and this one as well.
I think we're still on my point of view, so we need to switch over to... Wait, are we? Yeah, we need to switch the gameplay over. I've got Aldrahill. I've got Aldrahill's face cam. Right, we need to switch over perspective.
Cam, but not...
We can see Aldrahill. Cheers, chat. Chat, if we ever mess up and you can't see what's going on, just yell at us specifically. Oh, he can see us! He can hear us! Hello, Aldrahill. He's giving a little thumbs up. Wait, maybe we can ask him a question. I don't want to distract him too much. Put up 1 finger if you think things are going well according to plan, and 2 fingers if they are not. Let's see. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna respond?
He's putting up 2.
He's putting up 2 fingers? So things... Which one did I say? I think things aren't going according to plan. Right, if we want to switch over to...
so right now we're seeing Aldrahill's cam, but the POV is so
it's Ghibli.
I think production here has done a little
there we go
with the cams. There we go. Now now we're on the Aldrahill POV, but we have JibblyJam on camera, so don't get confused, guys. All right, we got 3 wars going on.
Wait,
This is Aldrahill. It's not JibblyJam, even though you're seeing her in the bottom right. And these are the wars going on over here in my game. So we're fighting with 4 Irish miners, 2 more Irish miners, and Morocco, Granada, and Morocco's boys all at the same time.
Wow.
So Aldrahill right here, he's really starting to kick things off. He should have most of Ireland by the end of this, and he should probably take Fez and Tafilalt as well after the end of this war. Morocco's gotten pretty big, and no vassals being disloyal just yet. So, multiple front war. We'll see what happens right here.
Right. Well, on my end of things, it looks like Morocco has actually taken parts of Portugal. But we had peace for a time, but now a war against Theodoro. Also have Crimea and Trebizond involved. Yeah, like I said, I'm really trying to find any fault with this. I think Burgundian Inheritance, I would gamble because then I could blame it if I lost. But I think I would gamble on Burgundian Inheritance, but it does not look like that's happening. But we've got another war now in Ireland.
If they're not rivaled, there's no point in not allying and royal marrying them, right? What's the worst that can happen?
This is true. In this case, though, the rivals are in play. How would you say that? They just rivaled, I suppose. What's the economic situation over here? Let's check. 1,000 ducats in debt. That's not too bad, but let's not forget that we still have another 39 minutes. We're about a third of the way through, so we've got to make sure that money
high
does
debt,
stretch.
good. High inflation, good. High war exhaustion, good. These are just, some of the standard things that you need to push up while you're playing U4, as we all know.
How much do you think the mental game comes into?
Or is that
Because obviously
just-
our players can hear us, by the way. So I'm assuming that Aldrahill's hearing me saying Ghibli's doing really well. And that means that Ghibli heard that Aldrahill put up two fingers to perhaps suggest that things aren't going according to plan. Do you think that affects the mental state, or do you think... How many provinces?
I think that, puts pressure on the players, man. That puts pressure on the players. They know how the other one is doing, right? So,
Are at 37 provinces.
maybe we shouldn't say how many provinces they have.
Now. Okay, well, sure. I think when we get towards the end, we'll stop. But for now, I think we can
We'll
keep on
stop saying.
their
We'll
toes.
just show it on screen so the audience can see. Now, if we flip over to my POV right here, which is, of course, the superior POV, we can see that Aldrahill is still involved in these three wars. Meanwhile, England has got the particularists going, no War of the Roses. This is how it's going in Ireland. So fighting 6 Irish miners at the same time. This should be easy, man. Easy cleanup right here. No AE from these guys, as we all know. And over in Morocco and in southern Iberia, stacking on Malaga and Granada, no manpower. That's what I like to see, baby. That's how I do it as well. Put 84k on Salzburg with a level 7 fort. That's how I like to do it. Sieging down Fez as well.
Needless death.
Looking good.
Man. What's the alliance situation? Has that changed at all over on your side of things?
Alliance situation, man, just Castile and Burgundy, which are honestly pretty good alliances, man. I'd link with the Pope as well, just to get those papal points up, generating, so you can take some of these things right here. There is an AE one, I think. No, there isn't, but the Improved Relations one is very valuable, along with the, what's it called? Yearly Inflation Reduction and the Diplorap. So yeah, I'd link with the Pope as well. Sorry, what?
I think you can, the manpower one as well.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
what's gonna
manpower
be useful,
one too.
especially if our
Well, he's
players
gonna
are
need
starting
that.
to hit 0.
He's gonna need that. How much manpower does JibblyJam have?
897th.
Well, they're
So
about the
pretty
same in
much the
that
same.
regard. Yep. I do wonder why he's stacking in Granada, though. It's not like anyone's gonna come in and beat them up, right? So he can just leave 4k on Granada, 7k on Malaga. Sure, he doesn't
have anyone in
boats,
Granada?
but- I think he's about to get beat up in Fez. Morocco's entire army is packing in there, and boom, there we go. Oh, he is reinforcing a bit, but nope, that's an L right there, ladies and gentlemen. Lath, you should have casted this, bro.
Hey! All right, should we let's get some Fs in chat for the fallen Frenchman of Aldrahill over there.
Listen.
All right, over
It's really hard
on
to
my
take Fez, man.
perspective, if we want to flip
Yeah, we
over
can
to
go
mine,
switch
I'll
over to
give
Lath
Reflection in a second.
and JibblyJam.
We've got a successful war. It looks like Desmond and Kildare are also co-belligerented. I think, maybe.
Oh, is that how you say that? Kildare?
Mate, don't ask an Englishman how to pronounce Irish provinces. That is a recipe for disaster. So, it looks like a couple of provinces will be taken. You like that one, huh? Looks like a couple of provinces will be taken here. I'll write that down. Save it for a video.
Yeah.
Oh, Crimea has actually been fully occupied over here in the east. Every time I look east, it just gets more blue.
Why is she fighting Crimea? Is it the Theodora War?
Yes,
Is,
the Theodora
like,
War. I
Theodora
believe
guaranteed
they...
ally? I see. I see.
it's a tributary state. Also saves her from fighting the Ottomans. So, what do you think? Would you nab provinces here?
Yeah, I would, honestly. At this point, you can't really care about the Ottomans, man. If they declare on you, which they shouldn't really at this point in the game, you can just give them something. It won't be that big of a loss. So yeah, I'd risk going into Crimea, man, and the hordes. Those are cheap provinces. Dev doesn't count.
They are.
The number of provinces counts.
We have an Irish peace, and it looks like a couple more provinces have been added to the pile. You have to wonder if they will run out of steam, either player, in terms of their reserves, because there's that temptation, as both you and I know, to sort of all or nothing it right at the start, and then you look down, you've got about, 34 minutes left now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really worried about their manpower. Yeah, I'm really worried about their manpower.
3,000 on my side of things. Let's have a look. No professionalism to slacken. Would you take the nobility estate for extra manpower? think so. I don't think there's a
levies,
downside to it.
always.
Yeah. Hang on a
If you flip
second.
over to my POV right here with Aldrahill, I can go ahead and point out some very interesting things that are going on.
Give them a second to do that.
Now we can see right
We're very
here
demanding,
a
aren't we?
very interesting estate setup. Not an estate setup I would do personally. He does have admin points and mill points. He just gave out Diplo points. No cheaper advisors. I definitely give that out. No burger loans. Sure, we do have increased levies. And most excitingly, let's see in about 4 months, what will they choose for their tier 2 government reform. You know, not a lot of mercenaries going on here. No manpower. That's what I'm really worried about. Meanwhile, he has pieced out all of the Irish miners that he was fighting, and this is what Ireland is looking like right now. So Aldrahill, he's up to 35 provinces.
35
And that's
provinces.
pretty much the situation.
Let's have a look at the comparison here. 35 to 41. Only 6 provinces in it, which is essentially just one war. So
Yeah,
JibblyJam ahead.
super close right now. Nothing we can call.
Let's have a look. People are saying it's weird that they're not going on speed 5. I mean, it's up to personal preference. Some people like to go speed 5 and with regular pausing. I will say that it can be detrimental, but we have a battle in Theodoro and handily defeats the Crimean troops that were stationed there. So this war should be done pretty soon after that is finished. I think it is hard. One of those things that it's easy for us to point out is obviously overstacking on sieges, but it is a case as a player you just want to chuck. You just want to get it done, you know what I mean, and not have to think about it.
I stack all the time. I stack all the time.
For sure.
By
the way,
sure you do too.
Oh, always. I don't need manpower. Plus, that's what the console's for,
You
right?
can just. Yeah. I was just about to say.
Yeah, I got ahead of you there. It looks like the rebels just want to got on the right side of a 24% siege tick, and that's gone well. Flory has pointed out that you can only pause by clicking. At least I think that's the case in this one. It was definitely when I was a participant last season.
I think
so that is something to
should
consider.
be able to pause with the space bar. I think I saw someone say that earlier.
Yeah, you should be able to, but
Yeah.
Flory's saying he can't. Maybe that's just a disadvantage
Yeah.
we've given him. Hey, you...
Either way, this is how the Morocco war is going in my game. Castile has been dragged in. They still haven't sieged down Granada, and they can't seem to be able to cross into Morocco, man. Granada and Morocco, they're probably about to take Ceuta here, honestly. We'll see what's up, though. Maybe this army can hop right in.
So, look, you're saying that... So the strait's not blockaded, right?
Yep, there we go. They're about to cross right here. This should be a dub, I think.
No.
Yeah,
Let's take a closer look.
there we go. We can see the battle right here. I don't even know what any of this means, by the way.
What's Milk
And we got 19k Moroccan pretenders on Fez. They should let the pretenders siege down Fez, then just steal the siege. But yeah, he's going right in. Or maybe not. You know, we do see the X right here. I mean, the swords. Castile went in. Bold move on mountains, but pretenders, you know, they should be easy to beat up, even though you can't stack wipe them immediately.
I hope.
And at
Do
this
you
point, I
like
think we
practice
can
these
hop over to
lines in the
Europe.
mirror or something?
No,
Got that like
it's
announcer
naturally
voice, got everything. You're just gifted.
No.
Yeah, if we switch over
just
to
gifted, bro.
Ghibli now, we have taken a couple of provinces from Crimea as you suggested, and also Theodoro itself, which is good to see. Still no increased levies. I can only imagine there is a reason for that I don't know. Let's have a look. Why would you not take it, do you think? Maybe a concern about income, but she's making money.
Very important news coming from my end. It seems that Aldrahill has taken strength and noble privileges. So clap it up.
Oh man, I can't believe you've highlighted that. I mean, realistically, what else would you pick in this thing? Obviously, you're
needs
going
the
to be biased
manpower.
towards strength.
He needs the man.
Obviously, he's going to need the manpower. But that's what I'm saying. Like, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else that you'd really pick.
You can go compromise or noble officer core, depending. If nobility influence is high, I'd probably go with noble officer core. Compromise is pretty good too.
We have another. Whoa. Okay, this is a huge war. It looks like a declaration on Ofali has brought in Burgundy as well. So if I check the diplomatic map mode. Yep, we've got Burgundy and all of his little Dutch friends. Well, sort of
Now
forced
that's
friends,
definitely
kinda
a
like you and
difficult
I.
war in the early game, in my opinion. You know, Burgundy is
Also,
pretty strong
no-
right at the start.
No troops in France itself prepping for this. So that is going to be rather
Bold move,
tricky.
Cotton.
Don't call me Cotton. Provence is also in this war. So we've got a lot of troops over here in Ireland. Do you think maybe just ignoring Burgundy as a whole, potentially?
Yeah.
Oh my! This is
do the same.
This is very fortunate indeed. It looks to me like Burgundy declared war on Provence and took a couple of provinces, meaning that Austria, Switzerland, Liège, and Mulhouse have joined a coalition against Burgundy. As you well know, Hawk, you can't join two coalitions. So that saves quite a bit. But if I check out the coalition map mode, and I think get ready on your end because we will check that out on that end as well if there's anything interesting.
Sure.
But we have Clarencard, Leinster, Thomond, Offaly, Burgundy, Provence, and Genoa all in a coalition. We'll see if they fire with just under halfway to go. What's it looking like on your end if we switch over?
If we jump over to my POV right here, Aldrahill has also declared on another Irish minor nation. He's fighting two guys at the same time right now. These Red Deer and these Harp guys right here. So that's these two boys. And if we take a look at the coalition map mode, it's not bad at all, man. Really only England is slightly mad. None of the HRE guys really care. Brittany maybe a little. So yeah, aggressive expansion, we're good over here. Meanwhile, the Morocco war is still going on, fighting these pretenders again. At least he's got Fez. At least he's got Fez. There we go. If he's got Fez, he can just siege down the other 49 mountain forts, and it's easy sailing from there, you know? So that's what's up over here,
Do you think that's going to bring in enough companies?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he can take from Morocco. No aggressive expansion right here, so I just, take as much as I can, not really paying attention on AE right here, down in the Maghreb at least. He's not expanded over in Europe, so he should be...
I was going to say, your estimation of 80, I think, was quite high. I personally would have been pleased with 60. So the fact that, like...
I thought they were going to play at speed 5.
47. That is true. Speed 5. We're at speed 2 now, but it is obviously quite tricky.
Speed 3 in my case right here. 35 provinces, 27 non-overseas cores. That means full cores. So yeah, 35 total provinces. Still, after the Irish guys war and after the Morocco war, we should be up to around 46, 7, I'm thinking.
I will say this, though. There is an element of, like, if you had a strategy going in, myself being a veteran and basically winning the first season. If you remember, there was that graphic, 3 wins, 0 losses. We don't talk about the final day. It is a sort of a mental battle as well, because you kind of tend to get inside your own head. You're like, okay, one thing goes wrong, and then you just start to panic. It's good that both of our contestants are actually continuing to sort of stick to somewhat of a game plan. If we switch over to my point of view, now we can take a look at this Burgundy war. It appears that the Burgundians have been sent packing. I think it's rather fortunate that Picardy, is that a good enough pronunciation for you? You happy with that one?
Excellent.
Is currently under siege. If Ghibli can get in there and take out those Burgundians, she will take over the siege. But having said that, there are very few troops over here on the mainland Europe. Very impressed that she's able to manage this front at the same time as dominating an island and also as presumably dealing with rebellions and such. Yep, in the east. 14k just needs to shift over. Ghibli, if you can hear me, I want to get a battle on camera. Shift it. Go on. Attack the 7k with the 14k. She's probably got a lot of things to do.
Listen, why are you bullying people, man?
I'm not bullying people. Like I said, I'm just enjoying not having to stress and just getting hyped about the little things. All right, Paris is once more under siege. We'll see if they get sacked once more. Let's check. And in Ireland, it seems like all of the sieges are done bar 1, if I'm reading this
Boom,
correctly.
easy. Just ship those guys back, beat up Burgundy, Bob's your uncle.
I do want people in chat now. So considering how many provinces they have now, considering they have 25 minutes left, and Ghibli's on 47 provinces, how many provinces do you think you could get? If you were going to do this, which obviously you can do that and obviously put it in the Discord for us all to see, and you may well be selected for a future season of Masters Universalis, so you can participate like our players today. But how many do you think you'd get? I just want to see a flood of numbers in chat to see how cocky the chat is. The first bid is 2,000. Someone said 35. How many provinces does France start with?
About 25. Do you have what it takes to get the big blue blob? Play this challenge for yourself and post a screenshot in Iron Man mode in the Discord, and you can be the next master of Universalis yourself. And lose to Florida.
Okay. You should. Hey, I'd like to point out that the only time I've met Flor in a competitive sense, I did beat him.
That's right.
It was 2-1. I did. I never played him again. But that is confirmed. I promised Flory when I met him in person at PDXCon that I would never say it again. But here I am, breaking promises, just like I broke his undefeated streak in that tournament. So,
listen, Flory, he fell off, bro. Plus L plus ratio. Plus Ludi's better. So.
He's trying to refute it. All right.
Over here to my POV right here. Oh, okay.
No. By all means, flip over. I'm just witnessing a battle in Valois where Burgundy's getting handily defeated. So let's switch over to the other POV and let's see what Aldrahill's up to.
Yeah, I got a few interesting things to point out. Burgundy is also coalitioned in my game by a bunch of West HRE miners, as we can see right here. It seems that they've done the Burgundy-Liège war successfully. Would you look at that? Who'd have thunk? And Aldrahill has also pieced out Morocco, not taking as many provinces as I thought he would. And these aren't that, high province war score costs. So if I was him, I would have also taken Tafilop, maybe some other coastal ones. But I guess he is watching AE. But he also hasn't taken these right here to connect to Tunis, which is something I would have done. But let's see how the strategy plays out. Right now, after piecing out Morocco, he's at 43 provinces. So I would have thought that he would have taken 2 or 3 more. But let's see what happens.
It's so close. There's only 4 provinces in it. You can still get a claim on Tunis, though. Through that
he can definitely. It's just going to be annoying to hop over, right? Rather than walking through. Pronounce these, please.
Which ones are we talking about?
The one right next to
you say it first, and then I'll you say it first.
All right, Mers El Kabir and Oran.
Mers El Kabir. Yeah, I mean,
the other one, Oran.
All right. Well, I thought you. Whoa, hang on. Did you see what went on with the Burgundian inheritance there? Did something happen? No.
Oh yeah.
I thought it did.
In my game, has gotten Burgundy as a junior partner, ladies and gentlemen.
That is huge!
Is on Aldrahill's side tonight. Now, we only have 22 minutes for him to play on Speed 5 and pray that the horse event happens, and in that case, he can get about, I don't know, man, how many provinces does Burgundy have right here? Probably around 20 provinces, if I'm being honest. If that horse event happens. Of course, if it doesn't...
He's praying. You can see his cam.
Time. Yep.
Oh man, that is lucky, lads. Can we get some W's in chat for RNG? Oh my! So you think Speed 5? I personally agree. I reckon at this point, Aldrahill just Speed 5 and praise
and hope for the horse event.
At this point, he's
and because I click away from events. If you guys see it, let me know because I won't read it. I'll just click away.
Right. Well, let's leave him to his devices as we switch back over to my point of view. Yeah. Do your job.
Aldrahill, get a papal thingy.
Just yelling out. Okay, you've definitely picked favorites now, haven't you? Listen, my $50 is suddenly looking a lot less safe. All right, Jibbly, you're gonna have to pull it out here. To be fair, there is also a chance that that does not fire. So we'll see. But it looks like she's handling this wall pretty handily, if I might say so myself.
Just real quick, Austria is demanding the lowlands in my case. Just want to point that out. Austria is demanding the lowlands. So we'll see what happens right there in a year in game time.
But a blitz into Vienna. All right. Well, we'll hold on to my POV for now. Then we'll switch over to see what happens with that.
How's that
on this end
going?
Yeah, it's a war against Offaly. Burgundy just happens to be a participant. It's going pretty well. She's managed to turn back the invaders. They have taken Chartres, but that is being dealt with by her vassals. Provence is being taken. She's taken Dijonais as well. I think at this point, we've got 20 minutes left. Probably a good idea to take provinces here, but the aggressive expansion obviously would be killer.
Meanwhile, in my game, Aldrahill has chosen to give the lowlands to Austria, basically the HRE. So he chose to not fight Austria. So all of the HRE Dutch guys have been popped out.
Switch over to Aldrahill's perspective for that then. And we can take a look at
if we hop back over all of these provinces right here, so from Bar all the way up to Holland, all of this has been released by Burgundy. So Bar, Luxembourg, Liège, Brabant, Holland, Flanders, Hainaut, and Nevers have all been popped out. Is that a good choice? I don't know. You be the judges of that, chat. You be the judges of that. I'm not going to say anything.
I do apologize to production for being so demanding. But if we switch back over to my point of view, I have a couple of things I want to show off as the game is paused because we do have the Peasants' War taking place. And I believe bankruptcy is looming Well, it was looming there for a second, and it has happened. We've got a bankruptcy right now for the next 5 years whilst at war.
Listen,
this does change things. She smiles at the camera. She knows that this might be an issue. What would your play be here? I think I don't know, man. I think peace out, speed 5. You know?
No, I just Alt F4 and say I got internet problems.
Yeah, but I don't think they can do that in this case, man. God, this is really. You still use dial-up internet? What do you mean?
Yep. I'm on a modem right now, 256K, baby.
Right. Well, the peace deal has in fact happened. We've got a couple of Irish provinces, but this is what I was saying at the start. Do you just invest heavy and front end your game and take the early lead, which it does look like she did?
I think I'd speed 5 through it, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, but
hey, listen,
the rebels,
vassals aren't bankrupt. You could fight probably.
That is true. That is true.
Let the vassals do the work.
She just got out of war with Burgundy Provence, man. This is tricky. I don't know, because the thing, she still is in the lead for now. I think when it gets to 10 minutes left, we'll stop. We'll stop doing that. Why do you sound so catty? No, it's 49. If you must know.
What do you mean? 45 in my case.
All right, 49 to 45. Pretty close. It's so close. I think it does depend on that Burgundian inheritance.
Yeah, this is probably the point where Aldrahill can take it away, man, because honestly, she can't fight any wars right now, at least not with her armies. If Aldrahill gets Burgundy inherited, and even if he doesn't, man, like him taking 10, 15 provinces from someone, that's an easy dub right there. He could probably fight Brittany right here. They're only like the Scotland and Savoy. He's got lots of expansion opportunities.
We have another pause here as more rebels do appear to be popping up left, right, and center. Oh, this is going to be rather tricky to handle. We do have a pause. She might, I don't know if this is the case, but she might just, I see troops being summoned. But she might just sort of try and ride it out and just hope that she has more provinces. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. By the way, Ghibli can... Oh, God. Ghibli, you can accept the Peasants' War. By the way, you can just click accept on the French peasants, and that will end the Peasants' War. But there is also a merit to not doing that. So it is entirely up to the player's choice. Dude, I like being a caster. This is way less stressful.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Because I went bankrupt a lot in the challenges, man.
We can definitely go over to my POV right here. There is a very interesting development over on Aldrahill's side. So let's just wait for that switch over there so we can see what he is up to. And boom, there we go. Now, he has just declared a war versus Brittany. And as I said earlier, this is the most obvious route of expansion. Scotland's in this war too. Savoy's in this war too. So I wouldn't take any provinces from Savoy, but I definitely nab a few from Scotland right here, AE permitting. And honestly, he can just probably full annex Brittany and not get coalition still. Brittany has 6 provinces at the moment. Maybe if he takes like 1 or 2 from Scotland, that's going to put him up to 8, and that's going to take him past JibblyJam, which obviously still can't fight any wars.
Oh, no. We have... Oh, no, wait. We have a declaration of war against the Ottomans. Let's have a look. No, the Ottomans have declared a coalition. Let's have a look. Oh, man. So we've got a coalition here of Genoa, the Ottomans, and the Great Horde. If we switch over to my perspective, we can take a look at the numbers here. The numbers are even, but obviously bankruptcy does play into that, and that does make things rather tricky here. Oh, God. This cast is all talk. Wait, is that Traxium, man? I'm trying to do my job. Don't show up and chat and have a go. What is this? He said casters all talk. What do you think my job is? It looks like the Peasants' War has been dealt with in this case, but a whole host of problems. This is going to be a hard thing to get out of here. Let's have a look.
I like what's going on in JibblyJam's game, all right? This is how mine would go as well, so this is hashtag very relatable. So
you went for a hashtag? Oh, man. Course. Okay.
Hashtag relatable, man.
See, I think... Oh, man, this is a rough one to get out. What would the Ottomans want? Let's have a look. Release Georgia, Toulouse, Brittany, and Circassia. Dude, there's no way. There's too many provinces.
Can we get an oof in the chat, boys? Oof in the chat.
You want to
Capital
spam
O-O-F. Yeah, oof.
Oh man, that is. I'm at a loss. I don't know what I'd do. Fortunately, I don't have to make that decision.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think you would do? Flori's gone for the oof. In chat, what do you think is the best way out of this? What would you do if you had control of this? Is that just give up and cry, or is it perhaps you have some brilliant strategies that you'd like to reveal for yourself? People are saying it might be a common late L. Okay, Jibbly, I trusted you here. No, wait, she's doing the 6D chess move. She wants to give money to charity, so she went bankrupt. People are saying 40 44.
Well,
they're saying all F4. I don't think that's an option here. Flori is saying just pause, but Flori, I don't want to wait. We're 40 minutes left. It is perhaps too close to pause.
How many provinces does she have? We can still say.
Okay, we can still say for now. Right, we have on this end 49 provinces. And the Castilians fighting against the Ottomans and losing, unfortunately, in this case.
Well,
they had reinforcements. They just decided to not use them. Let's see.
Meanwhile, has she taken any ideas yet? Does she have idea groups?
No ideas. Absolutely none.
In my case, right here, Aldrahill has taken quantity.
That is a good shout. To have the admin left over to be able to do that, I think, is indicative of perhaps a more relaxed playstyle, which has served. I mean, it is the endless debate. Do you just go for broke, speed 5 it, and potentially, get caught out, or do you play a bit more cautiously?
I just speed 5, open up with Diplo, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I would probably do the same thing. I don't know how you get out of this Ottoman war, man.
We can go ahead and hop back to Aldrahill's POV.
Yeah, let's switch over to Aldrahill, and we'll see how Aldrahill is.
So this is what's going on right here. He's just unsieging some stuff over in Morocco, sieged by Moroccan separatists. Over in Ireland, lots of stuff being occupied by Scotland and Brittany, and he's also got separatists. Only a 6k stack right here. I just get another mercenary company up and running, but it seems that the war is actually over. And has he taken provinces from Savoy? No, but he has full annexed Brittany. Let's check out the coalition map mode. England is ready to enter that. And the HRE boys are pretty mad as well. So one more war over in Europe, maybe with, I don't know, Burgundy. Well, not Burgundy, but Savoy could cause a coalition. And at this point, 12 minutes ago, he's at 51 provinces.
51 provinces.
So overtaking JibblyJam for the first time.
Yeah. Potentially sitting on a lot. Well, the cause still need to actually take place, of course.
Also, shout out Georgia.
Bear in mind, we need to. They have to be actual cores. We have a lot of provinces in the east, but they're being sieged down and they're not cores.
Ah, I see. Yep,
so that is going to actually be immensely costly for JibblyJam. What's Aldrahill's coring situation look like? Do you want to have a look at that?
He's scoring everything that he's conquered, as we can see right here. Well, actually, he doesn't have the admin points. He just needs to core up Fez and whatever province this is. I've never heard of it. So, yeah, that's what's up. I think it's, this one right here, the Brittany province. So he's good on cores, man. Nothing that rebels are doing to hinder, you know? But the Moroccan and some Irish guys are about to, get independence. But he should beat them up easily enough. Why isn't he unsieging Fez, though? And Tangier and Ceuta? Oh, he is now, all right. Well, you're welcome.
Because I think also that is the thing, being able to core the provinces. So there comes a point where, okay, Aldrahill, I think, is thanking you for pointing that out.
Interestingly enough, he also has 100 papal points, and he has not taken papal thingies. I'd go for the sanctioned dynasty right here, honestly, and the papal legate. That will help with aggressive expansion quite a lot.
Jibbly is in a similar spot with the papal stuff. You think that that's better than proclaiming a holy war?
Oh, yeah, I do. Meanwhile, his manpower is back up, 32k right now, so he doesn't have any manpower problems anymore. He did open up with quantity, took the first 2 ideas, which are the most important ones. And we can definitely hop back over to JibblyJam's POV after Castile has called in France in Castilian conquest of Aragon.
Right. On this perspective, we can see a mess of red in the east here, which is obviously not what you want to see. We have another 2 years left on the bankruptcy. I think that with only 10 minutes remaining, a decision has to be taken as to whether to stay in this war and try and take back these provinces and core it, or just to dip and try and blitz some other way. Because remember, she doesn't need to core the provinces. I think speed 5 probably needs to come into utility here.
Definitely, I agree. And after this point, because we have less than 10 minutes left, we won't be saying out loud how much provinces each player has, but we, of course, can show it to the audience. And yeah, in my case right here...
People are pointing out that we're helping the players. The players can hear us. So if we say something like, they're doing this, they can definitely react to that, which is... I mean, obviously, we have to do our job and cast either way, so saying things like...
Listen, Aldrahill, this is the best strat. No CB Poland. It's good.
That'll send it, mate. Oh, man. Let's see, a quick battle over here. Oh, and there it is. The peace deal has taken place. Toulouse, Brittany lost. It looks like some provinces handed back to
very, very
Georgia.
Harsh.
Very costly. And now I think it is the right decision. Probably potentially taken a little earlier, but I think that is the correct decision here. But no easy choices. Blinding star as well.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place, just like that dude in the canyon that chopped his arm off, man.
Can we get some Fs in chat for the lost territory? But Toulouse is here. I like Toulouse.
Meanwhile, in my game right here,
if we switch over perspectives,
Aldrahill just lost a province. Now, this is very embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. He just lost a province to separatists. He lost the province of Ceuta, which is called Septana.
We really hyper-focus on that and make him feel bad.
I think this is worse than losing Toulouse, honestly.
Dude, I'm so sad. If I was Aldrahill right now, I'd probably switch off my camera. That is really embarrassing. On a public stage with hundreds of people watching Aldrahill, you've let yourself down, you've let us down. Honestly, I'm just upset. we should probably stop. Right, he's got like 7 minutes left. We've got to stop getting in his head.
Listen, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, don't hit him with that. Oh, look, you can see his live reaction to it. My God.
Listen, me and your father want to talk to you.
Someone said, is there a reason Red Hawk and Lather commentating not participating? I mean, Red Hawk might have had a chance. Right, firstly,
no.
I almost won last season, and I would have won if it wasn't for that weather outside and my cat. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And Red Hawk was trying to participate, but they discontinued. Yeah. They discontinued him from playing. He's just too good.
Yeah.
Rocco just cannot stop winning.
I'm banned from playing U4 competitively. Just like I'm banned from all the casinos in Vegas.
It was a doping scandal, I believe. A lot of PEDs. Right, if we switch back over to my perspective, I can give a lowdown as to what's happening on this end, because it's not looking good. We have a civil war that's happened, another bankruptcy brewing, and rebels are in Castile. So you hate to see it. Rebels also over here in Ireland. This is a very tricky spot. But cores are still being made over here in the east. So there's that.
Oh my God! In my case, Aldrahill has just inherited Burgundy, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't say it. Say it though. Should we switch back over perspective and take a look?
If you can switch, you'll see that I'm actually joking.
You can see Jibbly's reaction. Wait! Did you just fake out JibblyJam like that?
I did. In fact,
dude, you saw her live reaction. All right, can we switch back over to our perspective so we can see her live reaction to a complete deception from Red Hawk for no reason? She's currently dealing with the chaos of the Civil War and all this stuff, and you decide to send it like that.
Listen, I had to slide that in. What can I say? I had to slide that in.
Oh my God. We also have 90% on Crimean separatists. I believe is that another bankruptcy he's taken? No, not quite. She's managed to rescue that. But the stuff in the east, it looks like probably will get taken. My God.
If you can just show the number of provinces that she has real quick, I'm interested in seeing. Not that I can see, actually, that window is too small for me, but I can imagine.
You want to imagine what it is? I think it's 5 minutes.
Yeah,
just show it. Leave it until the end. I think we just leave it to like the last.
All right, I won't look either.
Don't look, and we'll leave it to a last count. It looks like she's got 6k over here. No men, no money. Also, Desmond separatists are about to break the nation. Is it the case that if you're at war, they don't break your nation?
What do I look like? A U4 player? I don't know.
Because if that were the case, she might be able to declare a war and stop them breaking, but I don't know if that counts. If Jibbly just restarts and speed 5 to annex all vassals, she'll have more than she has now. I don't
think 4 minutes is enough, though, bud.
Yeah, I think 4 minutes 40 seconds might be a little bit of an issue.
Meanwhile, Aldrahill's speed 5.
What do you mean? Yeah, he's speed 5ing? All right, should we switch over to Aldrahill's perspective and we'll go from there? People are agreeing with me that you can't break at war. So I might.
Meanwhile, Aldrahill has declared on Moonster right here, and he's stacking 30k troops on a level 1 fort. That's what's up, baby. That's the way I do it as well.
Look at how much manpower he has. Where has he gotten that from?
He's gotten it from the first 2 ideas in quantity. He has also got increased levies. He's got strength and noble privileges, all the caveats of having high manpower. Obviously a pro move right there. This is the trick that pro players don't want you to know about.
Don't want you to know? It's like the next video.
Yep.
That's the title right there.
Yep, that's the title right there for you.
To be fair, I think at this point, Aldrahill now is trying to put numbers on the board. A, make sure he wins, and B, this is a really nice stepping stone into the rest of the season. If we can put on,
he is losing 26 ducats a month, man. But manpower and conquests are looking
good.
What's
his loan situation looking like?
Loan situation, if we take a look right here, man, he's got 13 loans, 12 ducats interest. Not bad at all. He can take out a max of 24 loans, actually, which is not that much. I'm guessing his autonomy is insanely high. So, yeah, what I would do is lower autonomy after this war right there. And he just pieced out Moonster. Yep. And he's up to 1 more province.
Don't tell us what it is, please. If we have a look, Jibbly, you can still win. Don't let the bullies get to your head, says a chatter. I mean, there is Aldrahill could fumble the bag at this point. And I mean, he did lose that province to rebels previously, and it looks like Fez is still
he could accidentally release every vassal. It's happened to me.
That's the case.
Yep. We can definitely go ahead and hop back over to JibblyJam and see the situation over there. Is she out of bankruptcy? I guess we'll never know.
Please have a look at JibblyJam's screen, and I'll take you through this nation, which is in stark contrast to this. You can see a plethora of issues when it comes to, oh my god, events relating to the it's just, you can just hear the rebels constantly going, oh my god, more events. Paris has been taken by pretender rebels. I believe the stuff in the east as well is being sieged. Let's see, did she manage to get the cores in these areas? No, she did not, unfortunately. No core on Crimea. But 2 cores over here in Azaraba and Kuban. Let's have a look. I believe that is the only thing she can call left. At this point, it's just trying to... Yeah, how would you pronounce that? Kuban? What did you say?
It's Kuban.
What did I say?
You said Kuban. Cuban? Really, bro?
I like my cigars. What can I say? Oh, she's just lost the battle to French pretender rebels.
Is she still bankrupt?
I don't think so. Nope. She's not. It's reset basically. She went bankrupt again. Yeah.
The good old going bankrupt.
But she did take strength and noble privileges.
That's what's up, baby.
Did that just for you, mate. I'm surprised she's managed to keep hold of her territories up here in Ireland. Hang on, wait. It looks like, yep, all cores. Oh, no, 2 cores haven't been done over here as well. Doesn't look like she's going to get those either until the end. There is only a minute left. Let's see.
We're going down to the final minute, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to have to pause it ourselves when it comes to this.
Me and you?
Yeah, I think so. Pause the game, and then we'll go from there when it comes time.
Bet. Oh, all right. If we flip over to my screen, Aldrahill has actually inherited Burgundy now, and that has gone his number of provinces up by around 6.
Oh, he's cheering. He's cheering.
Go. So it did pay off. Imagine if he didn't give away the lowlands. Oof. That would have been real sweet.
Right. Should we get ready with 20 seconds left? The contestants have to be making their last moves now. Aldrahill, what's he going to do? Imagine there's nothing else he can do apart from speed 5. Did he manage to get this course done?
He has 1 core not
he's only got 1 left.
It won't be done on time.
Right.
It won't be done on time.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause your games. No cheating.
And that's done.
None of that. Right, shall we take a look at the final scores?
There we go. All right, we're on my POV right here.
Wait.
Let's take a look at what Aldrahill has done. Is he the winner, chat? What do you think? Is he the loser? Well, if we open up this window right here and go into the economy tab, we can see that Aldrahill has managed to gather himself 66 provinces, and only one is not cored, which means he is actually at 65 provinces,
65
and that
provinces.
is how big he has managed to get. 65, that's the number to beat. We can switch over to JibblyJam
Frankly,
and
a frightening amount of provinces. Remember, I said I would be pleased with
And
60,
we can
so that
see-
that is good. Right, let's have a look. If we switch over to Ghiblis, we can see she managed to achieve 32 provinces, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those aren't cored. Quick maths, that is 27 provinces. Bear in mind, that wasn't her highest score. That is what she ends the game with. A rather unfortunate time bankruptcy. I don't think she was able to get the corruption off. I think for the majority of that, she was leading.
pretty good considering
So that
France
is,
starts off with 25, so that's 2 more, you know?
She's just,
I would call that
you're
a
the
success.
worst, man. She had a very, very, very good game. I think an unfortunate bankruptcy went sort
Honestly,
of
I
top
thought
heavy,
she would win it.
but that is
Until
the issue.
that bankruptcy,
I really did
she
think
was
so as well.
leading. Yeah. Yeah, until
I
that
really did
bankruptcy,
think so.
I thought she was going to take this away, man. Yep.
Excellent. Oh man, I think it's just the dangers of being top heavy, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
the case.
honestly, I don't know how it exactly went wrong, man. It was looking real good right at the start, you know.
It was.
To-
Dude, I'm
to
actually
cut it
sweaty.
down-
That
to
was
cut it
really intense. Whew. I
cut back
my
to
suit jacket
bullying
to
a bit.
reveal my my snakeskin shirt. But enough of that. I think should we go back to the studio and see what they thought of the game's events and how they unfolded?
And on that bombshell, back to the studio.
Well, I mean, you're still here, unfortunately. So we're going to talk to you now.
Welcome.
So, exciting.
I'll drink to that.
Exciting start. Now, Lady Mary, now I've noticed something when it comes to our casters, and we're going to talk about the results in a bit. But,
Okay.
you know, when we look for caster pairs, we are looking for a dynamic.
Yes, we are.
And I feel like the dynamic currently is that the Red Hawk is more like not as accepting of players doing poorly due to RNG, possibly not having the taste of the bitter taste of defeat. Whereas Lath, a bit more empathic, maybe a bit, you know, nicer, being like, you get the sense that he's been there, right?
Yeah.
I think that we just don't know the full story. You know,
It might have been the
there could
weather.
have been. I mean, we keep on going back to the weather. There were several things going on. We don't know. Maybe Ghibli was having issues in the game. You know, that were not easily seen.
Sure.
But I don't know why we keep circling back to my
Well,
so-called defeat. It never happened.
So-called.
That's fair. Red Hawk, what was the path to victory
Well-
in the end here for Aldrahill?
The path to victory was simple, man. Not bankrupting. Let's be real here. I thought, you know, his expansion opportunities were pretty limited. Just Ireland and slightly in the Maghreb. I would have opened up more myself, but you know, in the end, it did end up working out for him. JibblyJam definitely had a way better start. No C being the Caucasian guys, that was a very nice route of expansion, but it's just the bankruptcy that hurt her. And if she had been just a little bit more careful with that cash, I think she would have easily taken this to way more than the 66 provinces than Aldrahill has. Of course, then again, if he didn't get rid of the lowlands, he still would have inherited Burgundy, and then, but it's all just what ifs, so we can't look back on that. Definitely.
One question. I like going back and forth between the casters, and this is late nervousness. How much does that actually play into this? Right? It's the first show of
Honestly,
the season.
Quite a significant amount. It is quite a nerve-wracking thing, especially if you've got a plan. A lot of people at home watching this will be sitting there thinking, "Oh, well, they're overstacking a siege, or they haven't managed this or that properly." But it does. To peel back the curtain a little bit, it does play a lot when you're trying to play at high speed as possible. You know that one mistake can cost you the entire game, and it's an incredibly stressful thing to do. So, full respect to our players for doing as well as they did. Like Red Hawk said, Ghibli had a hell of a start, and I was convinced she was going to completely run away with it. But it's always nice to have a bit
Definitely.
of drama, I think.
Yeah.
Do we have any players?
Let's
We're
see.
listening. In which case, since we don't know that yet, what was there anything that could have that words are hard apparently? Was there anything that went different as to what you expected from the play? Because it seemed like starting out, whatever, it seems like there's a pretty straightforward progression to Big Blue Blob. Like, you pick up, this is where we're expanding, and then you keep going. Was there anything that happened that you didn't really expect?
I didn't expect Aldrahill to lose this province. Oh, sorry. I didn't expect Aldrahill to lose a province to rebels, but yeah, that's what's up.
Can't keep having a go at the players. I think from my perspective, at least, I think that it was surprising that that there was a lot more dual fronting than I expected. I did anticipate more of like focusing on one front, whether that was going to be North Africa or Ireland or the Caucasian region, sort of honing in and really like just trying to expand as fast as possible in those regions to try and manage the AA on that side of things. As well, I was rather surprised to not see them both play quite hard for the Burgundian inheritance. Obviously, that is an RNG-based thing, but it's so many provinces that I think to not try and force it or push it down a direction is a surprising move.
Okay. Well, we do have our players ready, so thank you so much.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
So, Aldrahill, congratulations on your first win.
Thank you. That was stressful.
There was a move in the middle there where the casters, as they were, harassing our players, and they asked Aldrahill to hold up one finger if everything was going according to plan, or two if it wasn't. Now, you held up two. What was supposed to happen?
It was exploding. There was rebels in North Africa. I was losing control of Ireland. And I think I was just so focused on trying to push with the Burgundian inheritance that I was just like, no, it's going terribly. And I'm hearing the Ghiblis going to the Caucasus and doing all kinds of crazy things. And I'm thinking, I'm done. I'm completely lost. There's no way.
Yeah, Ghibli definitely kind of went out really strong, I would say, really aggressive at the beginning. And Ghibli, I have to say, I think you might have had it if it had not been for that bankruptcy.
It wasn't actually the bankruptcy, it was the coalition. I honestly didn't think with the Castilian ally that the autos were actually going to deck on me as quickly as they did. Because the bankruptcy would have been fine. I actually kind of was planning on it if I was going to be able to get my cores off in time. But because I figured the last 5 to 10 minutes would just be trying to solidify my cores. But then the autos decked on me in a coalition, and then that was it. And I should have pieced out earlier so I could have given up less land, but I was kind of hoping that Castile would show up. But honestly, good move for Aldrahill. When the casters, next time I'm not going to listen to the headphones because they were psyching me out. But when the casters were talking about, and he got the Burgundian inheritance, and I was just like, oh no, it's all over, because that's just so many provinces, and they were just rivaled and hated me. There was no chance for me getting that. But it was fun.
Well, first, a duel on the books for both of you. Once again, Aldrahill, congratulations. JibblyJam, I'm sure you'll bounce back from this. You have 2 more weeks to grab some wins to get into the final. And we'll, of course, see you guys both next week. Thank you guys for playing with us.
Bye, guys. So, definitely... they kind of have a point. Ghibli definitely has a point in that you kind of saw both strategies last season of Leif did listen in on the streams, and he seemed to be okay with that, and it can help you. Listening to the casters can definitely help, but then you saw Traxium, for example, did not listen in to any of it. So for him, he never knew what was going on, and maybe that might work for some and not work for others.
I think it's going to depend a lot on if you're like, I'm stuck with my strategy. And maybe it also depends on what the challenge is. Like we talked about Big Blue Blob, the inheritance play heavily into RNG, but so many provinces. And we saw that last season as well, right?
Yeah.
That there's sometimes the RNG play works out, but there are also a lot of times where it's just like, doing the safe play can be very beneficial because you have, last season we had 90 minutes. You were able to restart. this did not feel like it was a challenge where you really could restart if things go horribly wrong 30 minutes in.
Yeah, you definitely couldn't restart. And I think, everybody needs to, even us, kind of need to remember as well that, yes, we could sit there and say, oh, well, Ghibli should have done this or Aldra should have done that. But in reality, this is a very intense. They only have an hour and they could be playing as high as speed 5, which is really crazy. And it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
We're asking them to be under a lot of pressure and to strategize kind of just on the fly in the moment and go, oh my gosh, like you can't just sit there and pause and, Google
but that's also,
yourself out of this.
I mean, that's also what we want. We want to find those players that are able to do that to the best of their ability. If you think you can do a better job than Aldrahill and JibblyJam did, Late Magnus has posted the challenge in our Discord. Go check it out.